So in the previous class, I have discussed one problem. Once again, I would like to show it on the screen. This problem where block of weight 100 Newton pushed up along smoothing fixed inclined plane of inclination theta equals 37 degrees to the horizontal with a horizontal force of magnitude F with an acceleration of 2 meters per second square. Find the magnitude of force exerted on the inclined surface by the block. This is the diagram for the problem. This problem I have solved in the previous class, but I have done the calculations by taking the acceleration of the block at 3 meters per second square. Probably you might have observed that in the problem I have shown you on the screen, I have given acceleration of the block as 2 meters per second square. I have solved this problem by taking the acceleration of the block at 3 meters per second square, but procedure remains the same. So for your practice, you try to work out this problem again yourself by taking the acceleration of the block as 2 meters per second square. You please try to work out this problem yourself for your practice by taking the acceleration of the block as 2 meters per second square. In case you work out this problem by taking acceleration of the block as 2 meters per second square, then you get the answer as 140 Newton. You will get the answer as 140 Newton, 140 Newton. But procedure is the same. So for your practice, try to do it yourself. So next I am going to discuss about frames of reference. I would like to discuss about frames of reference. Now, to study the motion of a particle in mechanics, we choose a coordinate system. That means we choose some fixed point O as origin of the coordinate system. And we choose some coordinate axis to describe the position of the particle and study the motion of the particle. The coordinate system which we select to study the motion of the particle in mechanics, we call frame of reference. So there are two kinds of frames of reference we mainly discuss about. One is inertial frame of reference. Another one is non-inertial frame of reference. A frame of reference in which Newton's laws of motion are applicable in their original form is called inertial frame of reference. So need not write running notes now. Just you concentrate on listening. Later I will be showing you the notes for frames of reference. So those students who are interested, write the notes. They can write the notes later. I will be showing you the notes on the screen. I will tell you when you can start writing the notes. So a frame of reference in which Newton's laws of motion are applicable in their general form is called inertial frame of reference. Now we usually make all the calculations with respect to an observer on the earth who is at rest with respect to the earth at the given place. A coordinate system or frame of reference which is fixed to the observer who is at rest on the ground, I mean who is at rest with respect to the earth at a given place on the earth, is called laboratory coordinate system or laboratory frame of reference at that place. So a coordinate system or a frame of reference which is fixed with respect to an observer who is at rest with respect to the earth is called laboratory coordinate system or laboratory frame of reference. Strictly speaking, a laboratory frame of reference is not an inertial frame as per the definition, because there are two reasons mainly. One reason is that so we make all calculations with respect to an observer on the earth, I mean with respect to an observer who is at rest with respect to the earth at a given place, assuming that the observer is fixed or at rest and has no acceleration. So if you consider the rotation of the earth about its polar axis, as you must be knowing that earth rotates about its axis passing through the poles. The time period of rotation of the earth about the axis passing through its poles is 1 day or 24 hours. So due to this rotation of the earth about its polar axis, the object present on the surface of the earth will have a centripetal acceleration towards a point on the polar axis. And earth also revolves in the elliptical path around the sun. And due to this revolution of the earth around the sun, it will have an acceleration towards the sun. Therefore, strictly from definition, a laboratory frame of reference is not inertial frame for the two reasons. One reason due to rotation of the earth about its polar axis, and another reason is that the earth revolves around the sun. But most of our calculations we do in the problems in physics at the intermediate level are done for the motion of the objects near the earth's surface. That means we discuss most of our problems relative to the laboratory frame of reference. So for all practical purposes, the laboratory frame of reference is considered as inertial frame of reference. That means we ignore the centripetal acceleration of the object placed on the earth's surface due to rotation of the earth about its axis passing through the poles. Because the angular speed of rotation of the earth about the axis passing through its poles is very small. So for all practical purposes, we are going to consider this laboratory frame of reference as inertial frame of reference for all the problems and examples which we are going to discuss in mechanics up to the end of rotational mechanics. Only in gravitation we will be discussing some examples where we discuss variation of acceleration due to gravity due to rotational motion of the earth about its polar axis. So except in that context, in all other examples we are going to discuss in mechanics for the 12th class, 11th or 12th class level, we consider laboratory frame of reference as an inertial frame of reference approximately. That means we approximately consider laboratory frame of reference as inertial frame of reference in which Newton's laws of motion can be applied in their general form. That means a coordinate system or frame of reference which is fixed with respect to an observer who is at rest on the earth or with the thrust with respect to the earth is called as laboratory frame of reference or laboratory coordinate system, which we consider it as inertial frame of reference in future. A frame of reference which moves with some non-zero acceleration with respect to inertial frame is called non-inertial frame of reference or accelerated frame of reference. A frame of reference which moves with some acceleration, non-zero acceleration, relative to the inertial frame is called accelerated frame of reference or non-inertial frame of reference. For example, you consider the coordinate system or frame of reference fixed to an observer in a vehicle which is moving along a level road with some acceleration away from a stationary observer on the earth. Then the frame of reference fixed to the observer inside the vehicle which moves with some acceleration with respect to laboratory frame. I mean with respect to stationary observer on the earth. We can consider it as non-inertial frame of reference or accelerated frame of reference. We cannot apply Newton's laws of motion in the general form in non-inertial frame of reference or with respect to an observer in the non-inertial frame of reference. Now, let us consider a particle or a body. Of course, when we discuss only translational motion of a body, in the problems we do Newton's laws, friction and work for energy, we can consider the body like a point mass located at the position of its center of mass. So let us suppose S is a laboratory frame of reference which we practically consider as inertial frame of reference, or let us suppose S is an inertial frame of reference. We are going to apply Newton's laws of motion. Suppose for a particle or a body of mass small m performing pure translatory motion can be considered like a point mass placed at the position of its center of mass, and all the external forces acting on the body can be assumed to be acting at the position of center of mass. Let us suppose the acceleration of the particle with respect to the inertial frame, I denote it by A bar. So A bar is acceleration of the particle. Usually when we say acceleration of the particle is, for example, if we say acceleration of the particle is 3 meters per second square towards east. So usually we mean that acceleration of the particle is 3 meters per second towards east with respect to laboratory frame of reference. Means it is with respect to the stationary observer who is at rest with respect to the earth at the given place. Of course, for all practical purposes, we are going to consider laboratory frame of reference as inertial frame of reference or fixed frame of reference. So here A bar with acceleration of the particle in the inertial frame or in the with respect to the frame S. Let us suppose F1 bar, F2 bar, F3 bar, etc. denote the individual external forces which act on the particle with respect to the inertial frame. So vector sum of all these external forces acting on the particle, that means F1 bar, F2 bar, F3 bar, etc. up to Fn bar, denote the external forces which act on the particle with respect to inertial frame. From Newton's second law, the vector sum of all these external force on the particle will be equal to product of the mass of the particle and acceleration a bar of the particle with respect to the inertial frame. Now let S dash denote another frame of reference. Which is moving with some acceleration a naught bar with respect to inertial frame. That means here a naught bar is acceleration of the frame S dash with respect to the frame S. When you write a bar subscript S dash comma S, means acceleration of the frame S dash relative to the frame S. When you write a bar subscript P comma S, it means acceleration of the particle with respect to the frame S. That means here a naught bar represents the relative acceleration of the frame S dash with respect to inertial frame S. This frame S is inertial. So S dash we call non-inertial frame of reference. S dash is called non-inertial frame of reference or accelerated frame of reference. Now the acceleration of the particle with respect to the frame S dash, I mean relative acceleration, or sometimes we write a bar subscript REL, relative acceleration of the particle P with respect to the non-inertial frame S dash. You can write it as vector difference of a bar minus a naught bar. So relative acceleration of the particle P with respect to the non-inertial frame S dash is equal to a bar minus a naught bar. A bar is actual acceleration of the particle P. A naught bar is actual acceleration of the non-inertial frame S dash. I mean a bar is acceleration, actual acceleration of particle P means acceleration of the particle P with respect to inertial frame S. A naught bar is acceleration of the non-inertial frame S dash with respect to the inertial frame. So if you multiply both sides of this equation with the mass of the particle, so product of the mass of the particle and acceleration of the particle with respect to the frame S dash, you can write MA bar minus MA naught bar. From this equation, MA bar is equal to F1 bar plus F2 bar plus F3 bar up to Fn bar. That means product of the mass of the particle and acceleration of the particle with respect to the frame S dash will be equal to the vector sum of all the real external forces which act on the particle in the inertial frame plus minus MA naught bar. That means the second term I have written separately on the right side. MA bar I have substituted this equal to F1 bar plus F2 bar plus F2 bar. That means you can observe that product of mass of the particle and acceleration of the particle in the inertial frame will be equal to the vector sum of all the real external forces which act on the particle with respect to the inertial frame. But product of the mass of the particle and acceleration of the particle with respect to non-inertial frame S dash will not be equal to the vector sum of all the real external forces acting on the particle. That means you cannot apply Newton's laws of motion in the original form, in the general form, with respect to non-inertial frame of reference. But if you want to apply Newton's laws of motion with respect to observer in the non-inertial frame of reference, in addition to all the real external forces, F1 bar, F2 bar plus F3 bar up to Fn bar, we assume that an additional force equal to minus MVA naught bar also acts on the particle. This minus MVA naught bar does not represent any one of the real external forces which act on the particle with respect to inertial frame. This minus MVA naught bar, we call it a pseudo force. Which does not represent a real force, and this pseudo force does not exist when we solve a problem with respect to the inertial frame. So for applying Newton's laws of motion, that means for convenience of application of Newton's laws of motion with respect to non-inertial frame of reference, we assume that in addition to all the real external forces which act on the body in the inertial frame, another force which we call pseudo force also acts on the body. That pseudo force equal to minus MA naught bar. M is the mass of the body here, and A naught bar is the acceleration of the non-inertial frame with respect to the inertial frame. That means the direction of this pseudo force will be opposite to the direction of the acceleration A naught bar of the non-inertial frame. Direction of the pseudo force is opposite to the direction of the acceleration A naught bar of the non-inertial field. But magnitude of the pseudo force is equal to m into magnitude of acceleration A naught bar of the non-inertial frame with respect to the inertial frame. That means when you draw the free body diagram for a body in a non-inertial frame, that means we do that in order to find the acceleration of the body with respect to the non-inertial frame. That means to find A bar subscript P comma S dash. That means to find acceleration of the particle with respect to non-inertial frame. In some of the examples, you may be asked to find acceleration of the body with respect to non-inertial frame. So in that case, we first draw all the real external forces acting on the body, which act on the body with respect to inertial frame. In addition to all these real external forces, we also show the pseudo force in the free body diagram. The direction of pseudo force is taken opposite to the direction of the acceleration A naught bar of the non-inertial frame with respect to the inertial frame. Then we can apply Newton's laws of motion by equating vector sum of all the real forces and the pseudo force equal to product of mass and acceleration of the particle with respect to non-inertial frame. Of course, my discussion will be more clear for you when we discuss some examples based on this discussion. So of course, if consider a frame of reference which moves with constant velocity with respect to inertial frame. Suppose if the frame S dash moves with uniform velocity with respect to the inertial frame, then acceleration A naught can be taken as 0. If A naught is 0, then pseudo force will be 0. That means what? If A naught is 0, if the acceleration A naught is 0, then acceleration of the particle with respect to the frame S dash will be equal to A bar. Means same as acceleration of the particle with respect to the frame S. And we get same equation when we apply Newton's laws of motion in the frame S dash, which moves with constant velocity with respect to inertial frame. That means the frame S dash can be also considered as inertial frame of reference when it moves with uniform velocity with respect to the inertial frame S. That means if a frame of reference is moving with uniform velocity or constant velocity with respect to inertial frame, we can consider that frame as another inertial frame of reference. Of course, the laboratory frame of reference we consider it as inertial frame of reference in all the problems we are going to discuss. Therefore, any frame of reference which moves with uniform velocity with respect to lab frame is also considered as inertial frame of reference, and there will be no pseudo force on the body when the acceleration a0 is 0. So I would like to summarize the discussion I have done so far. So I am going to show you the PowerPoint presentation of the, summary of the PowerPoint presentation, summary of the discussion about frames of reference. So those students who are interested to write the notes or copy the summary of the discussion, they can next start writing. They can keep the paper and pen ready or notebook and pen ready, and they can later start writing the notes which I am going to show on the screen. Come on, look at the screen here. I am going to show you the summary of the discussion about frames of reference. The first point, a frame of reference in which Newton's laws of motion are applicable in their general form is called an inertial frame of reference. Then second point, a frame of reference moving with uniform velocity with respect to an inertial frame can also be considered as an inertial frame of reference. Come on, those who are writing the notes, those who want to write the notes, they can copy down these 2 points in your notebook. In case you need more time to copy the notes, you can take a pause and copy the notes. I'm going to show you the next point here then. A frame of reference which is fixed with respect to an observer who is at rest with respect to the earth at a given place is called a laboratory frame of reference. Next point, strictly speaking, a laboratory frame of reference is not inertial frame because of the 2 reasons. One reason, Earth is rotating about its polar axis and Earth is revolving around the Sun. Come on, those who want to copy the notes, they can copy down these 2 points also. In one of the very old IIT entrance examinations, one theory question was given, conceptual question, based on the frames of reference, based on the 4th point which I have shown, the last point on the screen. A frame of reference fixed to the earth by definition. 4 options are given. One option is given as is an inertial frame. Another option is given as cannot be an inertial frame because earth is rotating about its polar axis. Another option, I don't remember the order of the options, but these are the options. Another option is given as because earth is revolving around sun. It was given in more than multi-correct answer questions. So both the options, one is earth is rotating about its polar axis and earth is revolving around the sun. They are considered to be the answers for that question. Next point I would like to show on the screen. In case you need more time to copy these points which I have shown on the screen, you can take a pause and copy the points. 5th point, a laboratory frame of reference is approximately considered inertial frame when we study motion of objects near the Earth's surface. A frame of reference which moves with a non-zero acceleration a naught bar with respect to an inertial frame is called as non-inertial frame of reference or accelerated frame of reference. Come on, copy down these 2 points. I mean, those who are writing the notes, they can copy down these 2 points. Or you can once again read these points. In case you need more time to copy the notes, you can take a pause and copy the notes. Next point, to apply Newton's laws for a body of mass m with respect to a non-inertial frame, we suppose that a pseudo force equal to minus ma naught bar acts on the body in addition to all the real external forces which act on the body in the inertial frame. Here, of course, we understood that a naught bar is the acceleration of the non-inertial frame with respect to the inertial frame.